Hey, what's happening, everybody? Today I got a cool shoe to go over with you. It's a silhouette that I've had my eye on ever since they came out. I think it's still a fairly new shoe. I like the idea of it, reusing materials, and I think 50% of the shoe is recycled, something like that, but I can get behind that, and I like the look of them. It's getting hot out here. I'm always in the market for a dope summer shoe. I just want to give you guys my impression of this shoe since it's the first time that I'll be looking at this silhouette, and if I have time, I'm going to throw it on foot and see how it looks as well. If this is your first time here, then welcome. Bread and Butter is pretty new, but we're growing fast. We just recently crossed 800 subscribers. There's no sign of slowing down. I love a big family, so just go ahead and if you're into kicks, hit that subscribe button. Also, if you enjoy this review, then give me a thumbs up. That'll help other people see it, and it'll help my channel grow. But let's get to these kicks. I don't know if you noticed in the beginning of the video, there's an end box back there. And the only reason why I kept that out is because I've been grabbing a lot of clothes, and I've been grabbing a lot of shoes from end. And I mean, they just have dope stuff. I can't recommend that site enough. They are out of the UK, I believe, but they must have warehouses and whatnot in the US. I've ordered things from them before and received it in 2 days. So a lot of times you can find neat, unique shoes and colors that you won't find here in the States. And also, like in this case, the shoe that I'm reviewing doesn't drop in the US until June 30th. I didn't have to pay any huge inflation or anything, but I got me a pair of shoes that's set to drop on the sneakers app in the US June 30th. If you like copping sneakers early before anybody else is going to get them, that's another reason to check into End. Also, they're always having nice raffles. I just hit on the Fragment Dunks, which I'll be doing a review as soon as they get here, but I bet it won't be too long. My cousin, who also hit on the sneakers app, I bet you I'll get my pair before him. We'll see, cuz. Alright, anyhow, it's a Space Hippie, comes in a plain brown box. The theme of the Space Hippie is recycling. It's just, you know, let's try to take care of this, honestly. It's a beautiful, beautiful world that we have, and God's given us quite a gem. So I'm all about reusing and recycling. But anyhow, there's not a lot of print on the outside of the box. It's got a barcode on the bottom. And you can see it's got like the tearaway tab here, and then some adhesive on the inside. Like a lot of times you'll get boxes shipped to you like that, so you can return them easily. But I guess this way there's no need to put it in another box or anything. You can just ship it in this same box that it came in, if you so choose to. But then there's no paper, and the inside of the box has a lot of verbiage. I'm not going to go through that because I would rather take some extra time and throw these on feet, because I'm dying to know what they feel like. There's a look at the box, but it's pretty cool. I like the idea of it. Tag reads Nike Space Hippie 01, and the color is Vast Gray and Summit White. I ordered a 9.5 UK because I thought that would be a US 10, but it actually is a US 10.5, but I don't have any issues with that. I'm most comfortable in a 10 or a 10.5. Man, I gotta tell you, first impressions, the colors on these things are dope. And they look clean. This light blue really pops off of there. And this is the Space Hippie 01. They have 4 different models of the Space Hippie. It just goes 01 through 04. And this is probably my favorite model that I've seen. I just think this model looks easiest to wear. They also had a blue colorway. I forget what they're calling that, but it also drops on the sneakers app on the 30th. I like the way those look, but I just have way too many navy blue shoes. And I thought this light color would make it ideal for summer heat. So on the outsole, you will see it's like a peach color, and you see all these little flecks, and that's the Nike grind, where they actually reuse soles from other shoes, I believe. And then there's some sort of foam. It doesn't feel like Boost, but it's definitely got some bounce to it. And then coming up the shoe, it's a nice grayish color, but there's little flecks of color all through it, and it's very thin. It's like a prime knit, and the prime knit feels like it's elastic, like it's got some stretch to it. But then it looks like the swoosh, I'd call that like a salmon color. It's not quite pink, but it's like a salmon color. And I just like all these little hits of color, like the yellow that goes over this blue rope looking eyelet setup here. And then there's more salmon at the base of the tongue underneath this white tag. But that's a look at the shoe. I really want to get them on foot. I've never worn these before, so I'm just curious as to what the fit's like and how they feel and how they look. But I really like the look of them so far. Alright, so I'm actually kind of glad that this ended up being a men's US 10.5, because these fit perfectly. They must run a little bit small. So for me, I typically always go with a 10, but a US 10.5 is perfect in these. And first impressions, I don't know, because I haven't had them long enough on foot, but they remind me of a 350 V2. They remind me of a Yeezy Boost or something. I mean, there's a lot of, you can just feel that there's a lot of bounce on it, like from the heel area. They actually feel really good on foot, and they're very breathable, that knit. I love it. So I am happy to report that I think this is going to be perfect for summer. But let me know if you all have tried the Space Hippie. This is my first time.